Welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're doing something a little bit different. We are stepping directly into the boots of history's greatest commander. We're going to break down the ascent of a truly legendary figure, and we're doing it in a cinematic, historical, documentary style. We'll look at the psychology, the strategy, and those raw turning points that take a person from absolute obscurity to literally world-shaking power. So get ready, because this is going to be an incredible journey.
Section 1. The Weight of Command. Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to put yourself directly into this scene. Imagine you're standing on a vast, muddy field. You aren't just reading history right now, you're living it. You are the focal point of everything that is about to happen.
Open your eyes, take a breath, and put yourself right in that moment. The tension is incredibly thick. You're standing there, and the reality of the situation is about to hit you like a physical force. The smell of gunpowder fills the air. It's sharp, it's acrid, and it tells you that the inevitable is right around the corner. But you know what's truly striking? It isn't the noise of battle yet. It's the absolute deafening silence.
Thousands of soldiers are standing out there, completely silent, waiting. And they aren't waiting for a king to give them permission. They're not waiting for a prince with some inherited title. They are waiting for you, and only you, to act. The gravity of this is just immense.
One single command from your lips, and thousands of men will instantly charge forward into the chaos of battle. But one mistake, just a single miscalculation, and the absolute greatest army in all of Europe will be entirely crushed before the sun even sets.
The fate of an entire continent rests on your shoulders today. And as you stand there, you slowly tighten your gloves. Your heart is racing in your chest, but if someone looks at your face, they see absolutely zero fear. Because fear is something you buried a very, very long time ago.
But none of these soldiers, looking at you with such reverence, know the truth. They don't know that just a few years ago, you were a lonely boy who absolutely nobody believed in. So we're snapping back in time, from commanding Europe's greatest army in the present, all the way back to 1769.
Section 2. The Lonely Island Boy. We're leaving the grand battlefield behind and traveling far away from royalty, far away from wealth, to a small Mediterranean island called Corsica. Because this is where our journey actually begins.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer improbability of it all. You're born in 1769 in Corsica. Your family isn't rich. You aren't royalty. You aren't expected to become anyone important at all. Most people around you think your future is going to be completely, entirely ordinary. But from the very beginning, you harbor a deep, burning hatred for the ordinary.
As a child, while the other boys are just playing outside like normal kids, you're doing something very different. You spend hours just staring at maps. You imagine vast armies moving across some possible mountain ranges. You literally sit there and imagine kingdoms rising and falling. You're dreaming about conquering the impossible before you even have a chance to leave your home.
Section 3. Forged in Isolation. But dreams can only take you so far on an island. At the age of 9, the world as you know it completely shatters, and everything changes rapidly.
Your parents send you far away to a military school in mainland France. And for the very first time in your life, you are completely and utterly alone. You barely speak French, your accent sounds strange to everyone, your clothes look incredibly cheap compared to the others. The other boys laugh at you. They whisper cruel things behind your back. They call you the island boy. They call you the poor kid. They tell you that you'll never belong there. Every single insult burns. Every single laugh cuts you deeper.
And this brilliantly illustrates how you fought back. Instead of fighting these bullies with your fists, you make a profound choice. You fight them with your mind. While the other boys sleep, waste time, play, and whisper insults, what are you doing? You're reading. You are intensely studying history, mathematics, the complex science of artillery, and the greatest military commanders the world has ever known. Every single page you consume teaches you a lesson that will change history.
Victory doesn't belong to the strongest. It belongs to the smartest. I want to just pause for a second and let that sink in. This isn't just a quote. This is the entire foundation of the mind we're exploring today. This is the thesis of his life.
Section 4. A revolution brings opportunity. As the years pass, that lonely, mocked boy slowly transforms into a brilliant officer, and as he sharpens his mind, the country around him begins to completely destabilize.
France is falling apart. The situation is dire. People are starving. The government is collapsing under its own weight. Anger fills absolutely every single street. A revolution is coming. And if there's one thing we learn from history, it's that revolutions, amidst all their chaos, create incredible opportunities.
When chaos finally strikes, a city rises against the new government. Cannons are pointed directly toward the streets. The experienced officers around you, the ones with the pedigree and the wealth, they hesitate. They argue with each other. They wait, but not you. You notice things other soldiers completely ignore. You see opportunities where everyone else just sees problems. You calculate faster, you think faster, and most importantly, you act faster. Your commanders have begun to notice you, not because you're loud, but because in the middle of a crisis, you are always right. You already know exactly what must be done.
And you execute it flawlessly. Step 1. You move the artillery into position without a second thought. Step 2. You give the definitive order. Step 3. The cannons roar. Explosive, calculated, and entirely decisive. While others are paralyzed by the moment, you command it.
Section 5. The man nobody can ignore. As the smoke finally begins to clear from the streets, a new reality sets in. The rhythm of history has officially shifted. Within hours, the rebellion is completely over. Because of your swift, calculated actions, the government survives. So the crucial point is that this single moment of absolute decisiveness changes everything. Suddenly, everybody in the entire country is asking the exact same question. Who is this young officer?
His name began spreading like wildfire across France. Napoleon Bonaparte, the brilliant officer, the master of artillery, of pure strategy, and of intellect. The boy who fought back with his mind, who calculated faster and acted with absolute certainty, has triumphed over every single obstacle in his path.
Which brings us to this final incredible thought. We've seen the lonely island boy staring at maps, and we've seen the decisive commander saving a government. So I leave you with this. What happens when the boy nobody believed in becomes the man nobody can ignore? Think about the sheer scale of what is to come next. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this brought the start of this cinematic history to life for you.